What's up, everyone? We're going to break down the Kota Ibushi Josh Alexander injury here. Don't really watch AEW anymore because things have gotten so bad over there, but Josh Alexander is a good wrestler. He's fundamentally strong. He's one of the good ones. Should be a world champion. You see a lot of people do this type of spot, and it's a spot, and I'm going to try to get footage of Josh doing this spot good so you can maybe see a side by side. But Josh is known as a safe worker. He doesn't hurt a lot of people. And this right here, this positioning, I've never liked it. You go up backwards on the ropes, and I can tell you from personal experience being in the ring, you got ropes and cables, and AEW, most people use cables these days, and back in the 80s they had ropes, and it was a little bit different, but cables are much more springy. They get a little bit more slippery, and you don't get a good grip on them. And when you're on that turnbuckle, to that steel cable that comes out of that top turnbuckle there, it will slide and rotate and move while you're on it. And plus, it's like a wrestling mat material, and if you put water on that and there's sweat, you can imagine how you will slide and slip off. Now, Josh Alexander comes up with Kota already sitting and perched up there. He grabs him. Kota looks like dead weight here. He looks dead tired too. And his left leg is not there, and then they just fall. And that's it. And it doesn't look like it's that bad of a fall at first, but that concrete, even with the padding, is pretty bad. And so everybody, the crowd audibly gasps. Everybody goes silent. Everybody knew. Josh checks on his boy, and the referees there don't throw up X's or anything like that. And you can see right here, he never had him. Never had him, and it doesn't look bad, but unfortunately it was. And then we're going to go and take you to what's done right. So this is the closest I could find to Josh Alexander doing the same spot. It was against Will Ospreay, but he goes into it a little bit differently. But let's take a look. He grabs Will Ospreay in the fireman's carry and then walks up the ropes this way, which is a lot different because you already have your opponent secured and you already are balanced, and you can lean forward and you're not going backwards. And a lot of the weight is going forward, and then you can roll forward this way. And so that wheelbarrow roll, and everybody calls it different things. He has a special name for it, but it's kind of basically what it is. That, and we can go back. This is safe. You are going backwards. The opponent that you're carrying has his eyes where he's going, and there are a lot of hands and feet. Like, it's kind of like rock climbing. You've got, two hands on the ropes, two legs on the ropes, and Ospreay is looking where he's going, and he's also got his left hand on. Actually, you can see both of Ospreay's hand. One is actually on the ropes as well. So there's three hands on the ropes right now. And then as they go up, it's still very balanced. And then when they stand up, Ospreay has his right hand placed against the hip of Josh Alexander. His left hand is also right. They're kind of making I want to say perpendicular T motion, however you want to call it. And Josh Alexander has his right hand around the neck of Will Ospreay. He is protecting the Golden Goose here. So, I'm not trying to say anything like, okay, doesn't care about, anybody else, but he made sure to come this way, and I think Ospreay probably said, I'm not going to crawl over the back. I'm a long, lanky guy. A lot of times people will make sure they do it a safe way just because of who they are and what they're willing to do. And these two dudes are also built the same way. And two similar build type people kind of fit together like puzzle pieces. That has something to do with it. If you have a giant and a little guy, you can do whatever you want to the little guy. The little guy can't do what you want to a giant. And if you have two pieces that are like one skinny dude trying to move a smaller, stout person around, it's kind of like lifting a weird object. It's not necessarily because they're heavy, but it's because it's obtuse. Not obtuse. It's what's the word I'm looking for? The encumbrance of it is just a lot. And so then you go forward here. He's sitting here, and you can see even right in this place, the hand is forward, which is putting balance forward in this situation. Before he goes into that forward, you can call it a super forward fireman's carry roll or the Kaiser roll. There's a lot of names. A lot of weight going forward, protecting that arm, cradling the arm before he rolls forward, which we never got to this, position. So now, go back and look at what happened with Ibushi, and you can see he didn't have a chance because the left leg was never there, and that is a big problem. Hopefully you guys appreciate the breakdown, and you understand that whenever you're trying to do a move like that, it's up to the producers, the wrestlers, the promoters to all put a stop to it, to make sure that everybody is safe and that these things end. But we all know cheap pops win. Give me a like, share, do whatever you can. We're trying to get to 1,000. Thank you.